Good morning to my subscribers in the Philippines. Good evening to my subscribers in America and beyond. Welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. It's a gorgeous morning out here today. I'm not going to lie to you. I survived that brownout yesterday. It didn't last for 12 hours, but it lasted for 10 hours. So thanks for all the people who sent the prayer up for me, because it worked. It rained. There was a breeze coming through. So I was able to deal with that. This is my favorite time of the day. I guarantee you right now it's about 70 degrees. No humidity. And over here, I leap out of bed. I literally leap out of bed. You know, when I was living in the States and the alarm clock goes off, and another thing, I don't even need an alarm clock over here. I'd lay there and I'd keep hitting the snooze button, you know, just wishing that I could stay in bed all day. And that's what's going to be my talk today. It's going to be from retired to rejuvenated. But I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. Thank you for stopping by. This channel is for the new man and woman who's never been here to the Philippines, who's contemplating making a trip here to slow vacation, to rejuvenate. In my 11 years, that's what I've discovered. That people only think they're coming here to retire. And then once they get here, they become rejuvenated. And my 11 years doesn't make me an expert or know-it-all. And if I come off like that, I apologize. I'm only trying to be helpful. I'm trying to help you to avoid a lot of the mistakes and the problems that I encountered when I first came over here. Because I didn't listen to anybody, just got on the plane, flew over here. Mistake after mistake after mistake. And now those mistakes have become my secrets, and I pass them on to you. I'm boots on the ground here. I'm right in the middle of all this, and it's for your benefit. I'm not on the edges like a lot of these other vloggers in these fancy towers in Manila and Cebu, looking down on the local, giving you a play-by-play. No, I'm going to give you the nitty-gritty. I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm seeing, exactly what I'm living, exactly what I'm experiencing. I'm never going to sugarcoat it. So this morning, I'm going to talk about that from retired to rejuvenated. Finding the fountain of youth in the Philippines. And let me be honest. You can find that fountain of youth anywhere. You know why? Because the fountain of youth is not something outside of you. It's inside of you. Now stay with me. This isn't some creepy, spooky stuff. This is what I know. The fountain of youth, it was a gift from nature, from Mother Nature. But what happens to us, it runs on automatic to a certain point in our lives when we consciously switch it off and become mature adults. See, some of us don't do that. Some of us keep it running, and you can see, you can tell. But by the time most of my viewers start even thinking about coming to the Philippines, they've already been beat up. The wives beat them up, or the ex-wives beat them up. The jobs beat them up. The governments beat them up. And for some of us unlucky few, all three of those people beat us up. We feel demoralized. We feel rejected. We're tired. We're frustrated. We're angry. Our dreams are gone. Energy's gone. You know, these last few years, we're just playing them out. So we can retire and go home and sit on the couch and die, because that's what happens to most of us when we do that, when we stay on that hamster wheel, when we continue in that rat race. But some of us are lucky enough, while we're sitting on that couch, we turn on YouTube and we stumble upon one of these channels like this one, and you see these guys like me, they're sitting over there, they have that twinkle in their eye. They walk different. As a matter of fact, they're not even walking. They're literally bouncing around. It seems as if they found that fountain of youth. They're re-energized. They're revitalized. They've recreated their lives. And you're thinking, man, how can I do that? Is that available to everybody, or did they get lucky? Well, I'm here to tell you that there's no luck involved in it. But you can't get something for nothing. There is some things that we have to do. I'm just going to tell you my take on it and what I'm seeing over here in the Philippines and why it seems to happen more often here than other places. Because I know guys that's found the Fountain of Youth in America. I mean, they're few and far between though, but I've seen it. But I'm going to tell you why I think it happens so frequently here. Because the Philippines has two of the ingredients. Now, I know I said it's inside of you, so stay with me. Okay, stay with me. The Philippines has two of the most important ingredients in this revitalization, in this rejuvenation. Plenty of women and plenty of sunshine. Okay, women, don't get mad at me. I'm not going to get creepy. Okay, I'm not going to get cringy. Okay, but don't downplay the importance of a woman, the right woman in a man's life. You know, I'm a big fan of Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill, he went around in his time and he interviewed 500 of the wealthiest, most successful men of his era. And there's one thing they had in common. They all had beside them the woman of their choice. Now, I didn't say a woman, I said a woman of their choice. Okay, and he goes on to say, when you combine the two most powerful experiences of the human existence, love and sex, I mean, it sweeps men off to levels that they never even imagined, okay? Now, I'm kind of going through this quick because I don't have a lot of time. This is what I'm seeing over here. And then the second thing is sunshine. Yeah, the real Son of God, okay? Don't turn me off, religious people. Listen to what I'm saying. I think our ancient ancestors, when they were talking about the Son of God, I'm thinking they're talking about that literal sun up there, that life-giving, life-sustaining sun that keeps us all alive, that gives us all the vital nutrients and everything that we need, that makes the flowers grow, that makes the seasons change over there in America. That sun, okay? Because it also has some other properties. See, when that sun's shining, and you can Google this, I don't have to Google it, this is what I'm living. It inspires you. If you're depressed, if you go outside into the sunshine, boom, that's depression's gone. Okay, it has that type of quality too. So you have those first two qualities over here the minute you get off the plane. See, some guys over here that you see on YouTube and they're re-energized and revitalized and they found the Fountain of Youth, they stumble upon it. They do it subconsciously, accidentally. But most of us, like me, we have to consciously seek it out and do some things. And this is what I'm going to suggest that you do to tap into your Fountain of Youth, to unleash it again. Because it's real. It's not something fake. I'm not some spiritual guru or nothing. I'm just telling you my experience. But you have those two ingredients. And then here's what some of those guys, they accidentally do. They come over here and their diet changes, see? They stop eating so much. You know, because they don't have a lot of the comfort foods over here that they're used to. They stop eating so much. And then there's so many fruits and vegetables and stuff available. They start eating a little better, just a little bit. Because that's all I'm asking you to do. I'm not asking you to change your diet. Okay? I'm just asking you this. Eat an apple a day just to start out. Just eat one apple a day. But that's what happened. Their diets change. See, we have to tweak our diet, especially when we get older. We can't keep eating all that fried foods and all that other junk, okay, because it deals with our testosterone, which is very important for older men. So we need like a balanced diet, really, of good fats, protein, and carbohydrates, okay? But that's what happens, you know, you have to tweak your diet. And all I'm asking you to do, before you go out and get on one of them fancy diets, just to start out, eating one apple per day, okay? Here's something else that happens to these guys who stumble upon this Fountain of Youth. And it has to do with their physical. See, because over here in the Philippines, the public transportation is not as good as it is in America and some of the Western states. I mean, Western uh, nations. So they find themselves having to do more walking than they normally do. See, and what that does is, see, when you become physically active, see, that's one of those ingredients that's needed to kick off and to unleash that fountain of youth. And I'm not asking you to run a marathon, but here's what I'm going to ask you to do. I'm going to ask you to walk around the block every day. And if you can't walk around the block, walk up and down the street. But I want you to do that every day. Because, see, I'm telling you this. The fountain of youth is inside of us. We have to believe first. Everything happens here first before it ever happens outside of you. You have to see yourself already rejuvenated, already revived, already re-energized in order to recreate your life. And that's all I'm trying to get you to do. See, once you believe, once I tap you into the source, what I'm trying to do now, it's almost like my iPhone. When my battery goes dead and I plug it into the wall, it doesn't automatically come on, ladies and gentlemen. It takes a while. But the longer it stays in there, the more energy the battery gets. And it gets stronger and stronger and stronger. So all of a sudden, it's rejuvenated. It's 100% recharged. And that's what's going to happen to you. So we're going to take baby steps first. You don't have to run a marathon. You don't have to do those exercises on my channel. I just want you to walk around the block. Walk up and down the street. Stretch. Just get physically active, see? Because if you do those 4 things and you do them consistently, once you get plugged in, see, you're going to take the reins. You're going to start automatically doing the other stuff because you're going to become inspired. You're going to become motivated. All you have to do with most of us human beings, all we have to do is just see one little shred of evidence that it's working. And then this kicks in. And next thing you know, man, you're full of energy. Let me take me. I dragged my butt over here. See, 3 years ago, man, I was 30 pounds overweight. I was depressed, demoralized, felt rejected, tired, frustrated, and all the above. But because I read Napoleon Hill and all those other guys, Dr. Dennis Kimbrough and all those guys like that, I knew that it was something I could do, but I had to consciously do it. And before I consciously did it, I looked around me and I saw all these other guys, they were already rejuvenated. And most of them did it by accident. But it was those 4 things. See, the minute you get off the plane, you got 2 of them already in your possession. The beautiful woman, because she's going to inspire you. She's going to love you, care for you, encourage you. And if it's the woman of your choice, there's nothing you can't do. Just think of the story of Henry Ford. No formal education, no money, no influential friends, but he had the woman of his choice beside him. And the rest is history, guys. There's normal guys like that. Go on Vagabond Awakes and look at Dan. See how he revitalized his life. See how he's literally bouncing around the planet because he's got that beautiful woman beside him. Plenty sunshine. His diet has changed completely and he's physically active. Now all of a sudden, instead of him being in his 60s, Dan looks and acts as if he's in his 40s. Look at me, I'm 57, man. I just had a brand new baby. They told me I couldn't have kids anymore. All right? My time's running out, and I'm going to do a part 2 to this because this is important. This is real. This retired to rejuvenated is not folklore. That's why you're on this channel now. Because you've seen it before. You see, you cut it on. These guys, man, they're living a life, man, that you only dream about. So you don't have to play out these last few years. Come on over here. Let me help you unleash your fountain of youth. Thanks for stopping by. If you're in America, it's not too late. Help somebody. Before your head hits the pillow. If you're on one of them late grocery runs, see somebody on the street, buy them something to drink. Buy them something to eat. Give them a couple of dollars. If you're in the Philippines, it's 6:30. We got all day to find somebody to help. Do it before the day ends. Because I know this. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Thank you. Stay safe. See you next time.